Brazilian President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva and South Korean President Jae Myung have agreed to expand trade and economic cooperation between the two countries during talks in Brasília. Lula welcomed Lee at the Alvorada Palace, where the two leaders reaffirmed bilateral ties and pledged greater cooperation in support of democracy and multilateralism amid rising global protectionism and unilateral actions. The discussions centered on trade, with President Lula sharing that bilateral trade between Brazil and South Korea reached around $11 billion in 2025. Lula and Lee, they both agreed to strengthen cooperation in the critical minerals sector as well. Brazil will receive a South Korean mission next month for a sanitary evaluation of Brazilian meat processing facilities, which could even help boost food exports. The two presidents also agreed on an approach to accelerate talks on a possible trade agreement between South Korea and Mercosur, which is the South American bloc comprising Brazil, Argentina, Paraguay, and Uruguay.
We have decided to create a working group that will identify sensitive issues on both sides and prevent them from becoming an obstacle to the resumption of negotiations on the Mercosur agreement with South Korea.
Brazil has been seeking to expand trade partnerships both independently and through Mercosur to diversify markets amid tariff challenges with some key partners, including the United States. Mercosur has recently concluded trade agreements with partners including the European Union and the European Free Trade Association members like Switzerland, Iceland, Liechtenstein and Norway. The meeting in Brasília comes 5 months after Lula's visit to Seoul for talks with Lee, and earlier on Monday, he also held discussions with Chinese President Xi Jinping, with both leaders backing progress on a possible China-Mercosur trade agreement as Brazil continues efforts to diversify its global trade links.